Welcome to my Patreon page. So I just want to thank everybody who purchased a membership, and I hope that you continue to stay with me. There's going to be some astrological case studies, celebrity chart readings, astrology lectures, and other things that are in store for you. So again, thank you for signing up and becoming a patron. So we're going to kick things off with an astrological case study. This is part of my demonic and depraved series. And it's going to be a short video, but this is just to show that, like I was saying, you can have places, locations that are demonic. So this particular video is about the Cecil Hotel. So the Cecil Hotel has been in the news lately, or I could say been in the media lately because of Netflix. So Netflix produced a series, and it's about that Asian woman, Elisa Lam, that disappeared. And there's video footage of her acting weird in the hotel, in the elevator in particular. So there's surveillance footage of her just acting erratically. And it did come out later that she had bipolar disorder. But that's just one of the stories dealing with the Cecil Hotel. So let me just read from Wikipedia just about this Cecil Hotel situation before we get into the chart. Okay, so Cecil Hotel, stay on Main, formerly Cecil Hotel, Hotel Cecil, and informally the Cecil, is a budget hotel in downtown Los Angeles, located at 640 South Main Street, open on December 20th, 1924. So that's the birth date of this hotel, so that's the chart I pulled. The 19th floor hotel has 700 guest rooms. That's seven, that's spirit. The hotel has a checkered history, with many suicides and deaths occurring there. As of 2017, it was being renovated and redeveloped into a mix of hotel rooms and residential units. The hotel will be open again for business in October 2021. So we're not going to really get into the history. We're going to get right down to the nitty-gritty and get to the part about the violence, suicide, and murder. So, reputation for violence, suicide, and murder. The first documented suicide at the Cecil occurred on the evening of January 22nd, 1927. And actually, this video might be in two parts because I should pull the charts of these dates of murders and see how it was interacting with the chart for the Cecil Hotel. So, I might do that. So the first documented suicide at the Cecil occurred on the evening of January 22nd, 1927, when Percy Ormond Cook, 52, shot himself in the head while inside his hotel room after failing to reconcile with his wife and child. The Los Angeles Times reported that he was rushed to the receiving hospital with a slim chance of survival. Death records revealed that he died that same evening. The next reported death occurred in 1931 when a guest, W.K. Norton, died in his room after taking poison capsules. Throughout the 1940s and 50s, more suicides at the Cecil occurred. In 2008, two long-term residents referred to the Cecil as the suicide, and it became a popular nickname in social media years later. RoomSpook, a website that tracks hotel deaths, lists at least 13 suicides that happened at the hotel. In addition to suicides, the Cecil's history includes other violence and disturbing happenings. It also became a notorious rendezvous spot for adulterous couples, drug activity, and a common ground for sex workers. I'm gonna skip over this part because this was just a rumor that found out to be false. Now, in 1964, a retired telemarketer named Pigeon Goldie Osgood, who had been a well-known and well-liked long-term resident at the hotel, was found dead in her room. She had been raped, stabbed, beaten, and her room ransacked. Jacques B. Ellinger was charged with Osgood's murder because he was seen covered in blood roaming the streets close to the hotel, but was later cleared as a suspect. Her murder remains unsolved. Perhaps most infamously, in the 1980s, the hotel may have been the residence of serial killer Richard Ramirez, nicknamed the Night Stalker. Ramirez was a regular presence on the Skid Row area of Los Angeles, and according to a hotel clerk who claims to have spoken to him, Ramirez is rumored to have stayed at the Cecil for a few weeks. Ramirez may have engaged in part of his killing spree while staying there. Another serial killer, Austrian Jack Unterweger, stayed at the Cecil in 1991, possibly because he sought to copy Ramirez's crimes. While there, he strangled and killed at least 3 sex workers, for which he was convicted in Austria. On August 30th, 1985, after a group of Los Angeles residents spotted him in the street and prevented him from escaping until police arrived to arrest him. In 1989, Ramirez was convicted of 13 murders and sentenced to death by the gas chamber, though he would ultimately succumb to cancer in 2013 while awaiting his fate on death row. In 2013, the Cecil became the focus of renewed attention when surveillance footage of a young Canadian student, Elisa Lam, behaving erratically in the hotel's elevator went viral. The video depicts Lam repeatedly pressing the elevator's buttons, walking in and out of the elevator, and possibly attempting to hide from someone. You can see this video on YouTube. It was recorded shortly before her disappearance. Then her naked body was subsequently discovered in a water supply cistern on the hotel roof, following complaints from residents of odd tasting water and low pressure. So the residents of the hotel, they were drinking that water with the dead body in it. How she got into the cistern remains a mystery. The floor Lam stayed on was one of the floors that did not have security footage, which left uncertainty as to whether her death was a homicide until Lam's sister had revealed to the detectives that Lam had a history of not taking her medication. Among her possessions left at the hotel were several prescription medications, seemingly untouched. Lam had previously been diagnosed with an extreme form of bipolar disorder. Thus, police ruled that her erratic behavior on the elevator was caused by hallucination, and she stepped into the tank herself, believing she was in danger. The Los Angeles County coroner rules her death accidental due to drowning, with bipolar disorder being a significant factor. That's some bullshit. But anyway, let me pull up this chart and see what we're looking at. So I haven't looked at this chart yet, so I'll be looking at this in real time. But first, let me calculate that. Where's my calculator? I bought my calculator for a reason, a handheld calculator, and now I don't see it. Ain't this a bitch? Where is my calculator? I guess I'm gonna have to do it. Ain't this a bitch? Guess I'm gonna have to do it on the computer. I purposely bought a calculator, a handheld one, because I hate using the calculators on my laptop. And now I can't think that a bitch. Things just be disappearing in my room. I swear to God. Be messing with me, talking about spirits. All right, so I'm calculating the life path number right now. See if we see. So the life path number is 21, breaks down to 3. 21, 3, that's a travel number. So it makes sense that, this is a hotel, a lot of people going in and out, travel industry, things like that. But 21 is a spiritual number. So, because it is Jupiter. So let me just share my screen and pull up the chart for the Cecil Hotel. So Cecil Hotel was founded December, or I'll say was finished or opened December 20th, 1924. Sun in Sagittarius, 28 degrees, conjoined to Jupiter in Capricorn. So that Jupiter in Capricorn is pointing to the reputation that this hotel has. And then we can move one over and look at Mercury in Capricorn. That's also dealing with the reputation of the hotel. And it's opposing Pluto in Cancer. These are all the depths. So a hotel that has a reputation where there's a lot of depths that occurs, there's that opposition right there. Pluto is in Cancer. Cancer rules hotels. So with the fact that Pluto, and I put the time 12 p.m. So this fits. Pluto in the fourth house. Fourth house deals with hotels. Cancer deals with hotels, and Pluto deals with death, but also demons. Pluto's ruling the eighth house. Eighth house, that's the demon house. Scorpio in the eighth, that's demons compounded. Saturn in Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio. So you can already say off the rip that this is a demonic hotel. Has some demons up in there. And of course, naturally it would, considering the fact that there was all these deaths taking place. But was it originally like that? Is this hotel buried on some type of burial ground or something? It very well could be with this reinforcement of the Cancer in the fourth house with Pluto. Maybe it was a cemetery plot from years ago, prior to 1924. Maybe it was a Native American burial ground. Who knows? That whole area might be haunted, might be crawling with demons. So the hotel has the South Node in Aquarius, which can deal with something weird going on with the hotel, something freaky. The South Node in Aquarius is making a trine with the moon. This is where it's getting a lot of public attention, and this is where people might go to the hotel just to have a weird, freaky experience. And then moon, again, the moon is representing the hotel itself, but it's also representing the public. And the moon is making a sextile with that um, Leo North Node, which means that this hotel is infamous or famous. The moon is also making a quincunx with Uranus and Pisces, and this can deal with Eliza Lam, who disappeared, and how she was found in the water tank, because Pisces deals with water, and that would fit that 12th house. Mars is in Aries. That's pure Aries energy. That's the Aries point of Aries, which lets you know that crazy things could happen that are unexplainable, things that just occur. And since we're talking about Mars and Aries, that could be violence. So it could be the energy in this hotel that just makes people want to kill themselves or kill somebody. And that could just deal with a killer in particular. So we know that there was two serial killers that stayed at that hotel, Richard Ramirez and that other serial killer. So that could be represented by that Mars and Aries. So this is basically showing you that this is not a nice place to stay. Um, Now there is a grand trine between Saturn, Uranus, and Pluto, but again, that's dealing with the reputation that it's gained for being a haunted hotel and all the freakiness and the movie that was created or the documentary, all that stuff. Let's see what else is happening. We got Venus square Neptune. That's another aspect that could deal with disappearances, also sacrifices, and that can also pertain to Elisa Lam as well, being found in the water, and also with her having the mental breakdown. That it basically looked like that is what she was kind of having. Not a full breakdown, but it did look like something was very wrong with her. Let's see, did we talk about this moon quincunx? Yeah, we did. That was dealing with Elisa Lam. Let's see what else. Let's see what asteroids are playing out. I gotta be quick because I gotta teach a class soon. They got Hebe parallel Chiron. Was there some child sacrifices going on or sex trafficking going on with that hookup? Let's see. Chiron is in. I wouldn't be surprised with all the stuff that's going on. Chiron's in Aries, so very well they could, because it did say that was a place for sex workers. So maybe some children were brought through there as well with that Chiron parallel Hebe. Let me see, Arachne parallel Saturn. So that's basically a web of death, a web of murder, intrigue, a web of destruction. It could even deal with the mafia having ties to this hotel. And again, if there was a lot of undesirables running through that hotel, it would make sense that the mafia would have some connections. Maybe the mafia was doing some hits in that hotel. Maybe that's murder. Well, I said murder. Maybe the disappearance and death of Eliza Lam was a mafia hit. Some other people have been speculating that as well. And then you have a more conjoined to the South Node in Aquarius that could deal with people, those adulterous couples meeting at the hotel. Like, this is a mess. You got Venus conjoined to Juno, which can mean that there could have been a murder off of some jealousy, vindictiveness, but that can also deal with Elisa Lam too. And the reason why she ended up dead. Somebody could have been out for revenge with that hookup. Mars is opposed to Panacea, and that could deal with the hotel management's or the owner's efforts to revamp the hotel and to make it more appealing to the public. And then we got, but that can also deal with the man that took the poison. I think on two occasions, two people killed themselves using poison or whatever. Panacea can deal with pills. So this hotel is telling the story about, or telling these stories about what happened in the hotel, and the asteroids are really bringing it out. And then you got Neptune opposed to the asteroid Psyche, and that could deal with kidnapping, but it can also deal with serious wounds being inflicted, and it can also deal with this hotel is a mind fuck. Like it can make you go crazy. It can make you kind of go insane. It could deal with all these spirits up in there that starts to torment people. Let me see. Yeah, this is an old ass hotel with that Neptune being in Leo. Then it's entwined with Chiron again, being that unique, exceptional hotel, and it's because of the spiritual influence. But yeah, so if we use that 12 p.m. time for the opening of that hotel, it fits. It really fits with everything that's in this chart. Let's look at the Arabic parts and see if that kind of fits. We got the Arabic part of commerce opposing the moon, so that fits in terms of the hotel industry. We got the Arabic part of the moon, I mean, organization conjoined to the moon. We got Venus conjoined to the Arabic part of plays. That could deal with a situation going on where they tried to make it seem like it was an accident or whatever, some type of manipulation going on of events, of facts. Jupiter is conjunct the part of discord, so that could deal with people just start being at odds with each other in that hotel, or where there's just a lot of discord, chaos, conflict going on. And then we got the sun opposing the Arabic part of faith, which means that being in that hotel may cause somebody to grab their crucifix, may cause somebody to, say their prayers or just call out to God or what have you. And that's also showing that it strengthens, this hotel strengthens people's faith in the paranormal. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. But this chart just basically confirms that this is a demonic hotel. And like I said, demonic influences can impact locations, areas, homes, hotels, any type of dwelling. And because it's in the Skid Row area of Los Angeles, it makes a lot of sense. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's other buildings in that area that also have demonic attachment or are under demonic influence. So, okay, so let me know what you think, and more videos are to come. This is my breakout video, so stay tuned. And I'm so excited to have this Patreon page up and running at this point. So I hope you enjoy the content that's on here so far. I'll be posting videos probably like twice a week on Patreon. I'm also going to be taking my patrons requests. So if you have a request for a celebrity reading or some other type of reading, or for a topic for one of my lectures, then feel free to contact me with your request. So I'll be probably choosing maybe 1 to 2 requests per month. And yeah, so stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to learn a lot, and I'm ready to go. So peace, many blessings. I'll be back with some more videos. I'll also be back with a special live stream on the 27th with my astrologer friend, the astrology lady. So stay tuned for that. And I'll be having my live stream on YouTube this Thursday. All right, I'm out. Peace.